Welcome back, I'm DRN and this is Mechabellum. This is a long game versus Mumbo Jumbo 7, who's playing Aerial Specialist while we're on Supply Specialist. Not much of interest happened in round 1. We've positioned aggressively as Supply Specialist with Steel Balls, and he's defending as Aerial Specialist with Phoenixes. I'm going to drop you in at the start of round 2, here we go. I think we had to go redeploy there, save these crawlers that were running straight into the Arclight. Otherwise they'll do nothing all game and just feed him experience. Haste module on some Mustangs would be fantastic this turn, but I think redeploy is more important right now. Steel Ball plus Mustang is very classic old school aggro, but it's old school and classic because it works. Does he have armor on his Arclights? No, he doesn't. Quantum reassembly on the Phoenixes instead of shields. Okay, it makes me suspicious about War Factory in the late game, because Phoenix production synergizes really well with quantum reassembly because you're building them faster than they're able to respawn. Alright, here we go. So glad he doesn't have armor on his Arclights. It's such a pain playing Mustang into armor, they just get stuck on everything. Our Steel Balls aren't lasting long enough here. We either need to put crawls in front of them or transition out of them. I'm not sure which way I'll go yet. Yeah, we're just not doing the damage. Even his Arclights are too tanky for us right now. This tower's going to go in a second. We need to kill as much as we can before it goes, or we're going to lose this hard. Come on, get the Phoenixes. Nice. Now get that tower. Go on. Go on. Yes. He's still got that Arclight, so we're probably going to lose this round still. But at least we're getting a pile of experience in our Mustangs here so they can scale up for the late game. Ooh, I take that back. The timing on taking that tower is perfect. Nice. Mustangs for the win. Ooh, early Overlord is tempting, but he's Aerial Specialist with already 4 sets of Phoenixes showing. Sledgehammers are worth the most at 500, the Scorpion's worth 450. I think I'm going to go with the tanks here. I was talking about transitioning from Steel Balls, and tanks are a good alternative. We are lacking damage, and high level tanks pack quite a punch, which will help us carve a path to that tower quicker. Armor on the tank scales with level as well, so that's quite a nice little pickup here for us. Yeah, this flank's too open, we need to cover it. Let's pull these tanks across for now. Still worried about an airplay over here. A set of Phoenixes mobile beaconed across. I guess we can put some Mustangs down next turn, if nothing more pressing comes up. I think there's a good chance he goes Vulcan as a counter to our Mustangs, and the tanks will just soak it with the damage reduction from their armor. Oh, almost forgot to unlock a unit. Let's see what he's doing. Ooh, no flank. There's the Vulcan and an Overlord, and he's gone Firebomb on the Vulcan. Nice. That's a great pickup. Firebomb on the Vulcan means even if he gets stuck on the tanks with our armor, he still gets to throw fire around and catch our Mustangs, but it can be countered by anti-missile tech in the late game. The Overlord's going to make short work of our high-level tanks. That's a shame. It's going to get some levels. I think Overlord damage is a little bit too high right now. I suspect in the future patch it'll get nerfed a bit. But it is what it is, and we both have access to the same tools, so I can't complain. I feel like we need to go Phoenix as well then, but he's aerial, so his Phoenixes will always outrange ours, which is a bit of a pain. Ooh, this Overlord's almost leveled up already. Instant pick. We is bombarding. It's the downside of flyers, you can't protect them from abilities. Even if you put a shield bubble down, they're just flying above it. Assume he's going to do the same thing, so let's put some shields down. Mustangs need range, they don't walk into the fire as much. Range before anti-air, life before death. I say it as an homage to Brandon Sanderson, but it means focus on keeping your units alive, and then specialise them at killing things. Unlock Arclights for now, and I'm still worried about this flank, so let's get some snipers down. If they get some levels, then late game they'll be able to pick off the Overlords for us, and even outrange his Phoenixes. Let's have him here to cover this side as well. Again, this feels like one of those rounds where we've not gained a lot of power and we've not changed the board much. Can we redeploy something to cause him some mischief? I'm not sure I want our prized high-level tanks flanked straight into an Overlord. If we move them, do we do a flank with them, or do we just put them on the front line on the side? Yeah, I think this is the play here. We pull them over to this side, put more pressure on this left tower, and let the Bombard do the pressure on this right tower for this turn. I'm not sure why, but it just feels right. He's no longer driving straight into these. Instead, he's driving straight into this. Typical. Photon emission's not a bad answer to our bombard, but I think if you've got boats, you might as well buy it as an upgrade on them rather than paying the power. Well, we paid 100, 150 really if you count the skip as well, to kill 3 phoenixes. Not a good deal. And now we've moved our high level tanks. The Vulcan's no longer getting stuck. It's walking around killing everything. The redeploy felt like a good idea, but it might not have been the best play. Come on, sniper, don't let them destroy that shield. We need it for next round. Ooh, he needs to get 2 more shots off before the debuff ends. Can he do it? No, so close. Oh, and he's got the tower, so this sniper's doomed as well. Oh, you legend! How did he manage that? He was debuffed. It must have been just enough damage. That's insane, I thought he was doomed. With an overlord bearing down on him. On small things can the fate of nations turn. Instant top supply specialist, we've both got 3000 health. Anti-air and the marksman, level them up. They're pretty safe, so I don't need to worry about range just yet. This Vulcan is the key to everything. As long as we have an efficient answer to it, we can kill everything else he's got on his board. We need a melting point or an overlord of our own, but we just don't have the money to unlock it and buy it. How are we going to deal with this? Normally I just slam down 2 sets of phoenixes and be done with it, but I don't want to play into the phoenix mirror match versus an air specialist when he's got the bonus range. The first rule of warfare, never ever fight fair if you're outranged or outgunned. Right, these steel balls aren't doing anything, so they're off to the great scrap heap in the sky. Let's turn them into some shiny new tanks, because they come with armor at least. Redeploy and selling units are 2 tools that you won't see very often at the lower power tables, but they're very effective at reshaping your army and helping you sidestep bad matchups and stop you from feeding experience to the enemy. So I would strongly encourage people to explore using them. I know I don't use them enough, that's for sure. And then we've got just enough for another sniper. Nice. We need to answer this lot. There's nothing free left for us to unlock. Nice. Happy with this turn. Ooh, good fire. But that means you've not gone supply specialist. He's very aerial focused, so much of his value is floating above the battlefield. I guess it's what you expect from an aerial specialist, but it is quite easy to counter. I'm thinking about setting up a double overlord push from over here. But yeah, we are supply specialist and he hasn't taken top supply specialist like we did. So now for the rest of the game we have 200 more gold every turn than you do. We're going to bury you in value, all for the price of 1 turn of fire on the ground. I'm happy with that. Come on, snipers, start popping these boat-shaped balloons. They're experienced pinatas for you, come on, get them. Nice, get those levels. I'd love a starting specialist that automatically levels up units for free, but units have to get double the experience or something to get the level ups, to make it balanced. Okay, this round was always going to be a loss really, but we did quite a lot of damage, we got some experience on our marksman, and from now until the rest of the game we're going to have 200 more gold every turn. Ooh, the Rhino's tempting, but I'm going to go with the Stormcallers. We've been crying out for an answer to this Vulcan all game, and now 2 high-level units of Stormcallers drop straight into our lap. Feels a bit harsh, but he'll have gone for the same thing, I'm pretty sure. All of our units are ground-based and vulnerable to fire. I'm going to go EMP here. I don't know why, but it feels like it's necessary versus Giants and Arclights. And if he has gone with the Rhino, the EMP will slow it down by 40%, which is huge. Mechanical Rage on the tanks, we've got so many we need to make better use of them. And I think we need some Mustangs over here dealing with this lot. He's so aerial based. We really need to go anti-air on these as soon as we can. I don't want to push plus 200 for it because our advantage is economic right now, and if I scupper that, we scuppered ourselves. Right, and what else do we need? Oh, great minds think alike apparently. Well, you know what my answer to that is. But fools rarely differ. And I'm never quite sure which camp I'm in. And you really shouldn't have told me you went Stormcaller. I mean, I suspected it, but no, I'm definitely going to go anti-missile devices. Sorry, it feels a bit cheeky, but this is a tournament game. We have to use what we're given. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Let's see what he's done. Wow, a melting point. He's got 3 of the 4 giants unlocked. He's going for the full house. Nice. With the Stormcallers, we should be getting through the shield much quicker now. Hasn't got range in his melting point, and we've already EMP'd this Vulcan. Nice. We're back in it. We just need anti-air on the Mustangs. Look at the difference the extra Mustangs have made. Wow. It's night and day here. He's going to be kicking himself for giving us that tidbit for free. We just need to kill his Stormcallers. We've got this. Nice. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the anti-missile devices, acting on outside information. He could have been bluffing. I don't know. Feels a bit underhanded, but this is war. He's gifted us a turn over turn. Let's make him work for it. Let's make this a real game. Oh, tempting, but I don't want to lose the damage from the marksman because we need them to actually pop these overlords. Let's go with the smoke, make our ground dominance complete from here on out. He's shown that he likes buying shields, but this time he might take anti-missile devices because we've shown Stormcallers. Let's get shields ourselves. Don't want to get hoisted on our own petard if he goes smoke as well. Oh, should have sold you guys last turn. Back to the great scrap heap in the sky for you two. Anti-air and the Mustangs is a must-buy here for us. The extra range and the extra damage will be huge. This side needs more chaff. Stops the melting point getting straight onto the tanks. Let's get some relative late arrivers trickling through as well from behind the tower. We do not want that melting point hitting our tanks. Let's go underground on the crawlers as well to avoid the fire. Maybe we should have gone elite crawlers. Didn't quite have the money or the foresight. Whew, happy with this. Over the course of 2 turns, our board has gone from being like a 4 out of 10 against his to being like an 8 out of 10 against his. This side just looks too open to me. If I was him, I'd drop a set of wasps in front and then 2 overlords behind and mobile beacon them to the tower. We can never cover everything though. There's always going to be something that can beat you. He didn't do it, thank goodness. He did go for smoke at the front though. And he's balanced out Vulcan and melting point on both sides. It's going to be a bit tougher now. That's a lot of HP for our Stormcallers to chew through. Oh, he even took range on the melting points even though we've got EMP showing. Interesting. Glad our crawls have got subterranean to go underneath the fire, but I wish they were level 2. And then they could survive to pop out the other side. We've punched through his small stuff, now it's just the big boys to go. Sniper! No! Don't go into the smoke! No! Why did he run into the smoke? Why? You had so much to live for. I needed you to kill these overlords. Ah, it's okay, the right side's got us covered. That brief moment of madness can be forgiven for the sniper. Whew, tough game. He's making us work for ourselves. So much money. None of these are amazing. But let's be cheeky, let's do a second bombard. Because he can't protect his wasps and his phoenixes and his overlords from it. And we'll get to do it again next round anyway. Level you up. And you know what? Ground Giant's what was giving us bother before. Let's make it super easy to kill them. Barely an inconvenience with this much firepower. He seems to have been struggling with the Stormcallers, so let's make his life difficult. Goodness knows I've been on the receiving end of this so many times. Get our upgrades, double the stats, half the price. And I'm still worried about this. Let's get some more anti-missile devices, thin out that fire so we get less fire on the ground for our Mustangs to worry about. What unit don't we have a technology on? We don't have a tech on our fangs yet, but I can't really justify it, they're dying to the Vulcans. Upgrade these Mustangs, they've earned it. I think we're definitely in the late game, so we have to push and take temper range. Yeah, these guys are doing no damage, it's not worth it. 150 left over, let's just put another anti-missile device down. And then a random missile here, which I'm sure will get caught by a shield. As is the way. Oh yeah, he's got the photon emission power. That means he's going to be immune to the EMP. That's going to be a problem. So many giants. Hopefully the bombard kills the wasps, and the Stormcallers deal with the giants for us. Unlucky dude, it's 50-50, and if you show preference to covering one side, I'm going to attack the other. He's got so many ground giants, we just can't get out the overlords in time. Struggling here with this fella. Yes, there we go. We've got to protect our anti-missile devices or it's going to be 600 gold wasted. Yeah, it's just that slow grinding win that's so painful if you're on the receiving end of it. His smoke's going to fade and then he's going to have a harder time next round. Have any of our marksmen leveled up? Not quite. So we're showing Mass Stormcall. He's going to go War Factory for sure. So ideally we get an EMP source other than the Stormcallers themselves to disable its anti-missile protection, and then it's just doomed. Oh boy, these high-level rhinos keep popping up. Even that Wraith is pretty scary. The Stormcaller should put him off from going Scorpion though, at least. Let's just go Hacker. If he goes Rhino, we steal it. Let's put shields on them, and then let's keep them away from these melting points. Like this, and then yeah, they'll need range as well. Put him like this, there's space for some crawlers next to him if he tries to flank me. If we're lucky, we'll have a clear path to stealing these Vulcans and then turn it all over on him. We're definitely pushing, we're definitely taking temp range. I don't think we take speed because we don't want to outrun our anti-missile devices. Upgrade what we can. Do we want range on the snipers? I think we do because we don't want a repeat of the sniper running too far forward. Let's bombard this side this time. He's probably going to take photon emission on his boats. Actually, this side is too good. You can catch these wasps for free and it's just so much value. Oh no, he's got fire coming up. Oh, you fool of a toque. We've spent everything. Ugh. We've got to sell something. These tanks. And let's get some shields down. This is our strong side, so it needs the most protection. And ooh, spectators have started piling in. Nice. Extra pressure. That's just what I need. This is where I thrive. Let's do our random missile, which we know is going to hit a shield. We can but try. Ours is not to reason why, ours is but to do or die. Here we go. Once more into the breach, dear friends. Once more, with feeling. Let's go. The shields are down, but the world burns. Can we steal the Vulcan? Yes! Good job. Come on, let's get this one as well. Yes! Welcome to the dark side. Give in to your hate. Burn them. Burn them all. Wait, are we the bad guys? I don't know how it happened, but we're playing Hacker Stormcaller, and everyone probably hates me right now. Oh no, hackers are so disgusting. It was the free units, I swear. This wasn't my intention. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. The free units, they're a bad influence on me. We fell into the wrong crowd. Okay, one more round, it's all we need. It's gotta be the Storm, he's so aerial based, we've gotta punish. He doesn't have jump drive, but he's gotta expect this, we've hit this 3 times now. He's gonna storm against us in reply, but we're not gonna buy shields, we're gonna go better. We're gonna buy hackers. Level 2, so the shield's twice as strong. They're just here to protect our key units, I don't really care if they steal anything, but that's a bonus when they do. Get our upgrades, double the stats, half the price, can't say fairer than that. Would love to get elite in our snipers soon so they can one-shot those giants. Push, temp range, Upgrade this hacker, and upgrade these Stormcallers. 50 left over, let's do it, let's get speed this time so we get out of his storm if he summons one. Should we redeploy anything? This hacker's just a little bit too far forward. He's guaranteed to put some chaff in front of that Vulcan, so we need to give that chaff time to die before we get that hacker too far forward. Our flanks feel so open, but he's not showing any pressure on them, so I'm not too worried. Nope, once again we've gotten away with it. There's the storm we expected, that's why we went hacker with the extra shields. And he's finally grabbed some anti-missile devices of his own. He's got smoke next turn, we need to end it here before that arrives. Here we go, this is it. He's put a ton more chaff in front of his Vulcans, we're going to have a harder time stealing them this time. There's so much going on, he's cursing his lack of shields, but he's got fire everywhere. Ooh. GG, if you're offering the surrender, I'll take it. I don't think this is quite over yet. Yeah, I think we're just slowly whittling him away, which is quite demoralising. Like I said earlier, it's impossible to cover every eventuality, you just gotta cover what you think's likely and what you're most at risk to. He definitely should have shielded her, Storm was so obvious. So I can understand why he's angry at himself. But we've all done it and no one plays perfectly, so don't expect too much from yourself, you know? The key here was definitely the anti-missile devices. We've had them since we got the Stormcallers, and he's not been able to make use of his Stormcallers because of them. I think you play great here, Mumbo Jumbo, don't put yourself down. Not to blow my own trumpet, but I am top 50 in the world, so if I get a little bit of luck, it'll be very hard for you. That Phoenix Overlord opener was a very tough nut to crack. Those Vulcans did so much work as well, but I think the melting point was probably where you went wrong. Just go deeper into Phoenix and put Elite on them. Right, let's go over this one quickly. We had quite a few spectators, which means a lot of other games have already finished. He had so many Giants, for a second there I thought he was a Giant Specialist. Hackers are quite good into Giants, because it's one big thing for them to steal. And as long as we keep the hackers away from the melting point and have enough chaff in front of them, it's very hard for him to stop us. Tricky one. It was a very interesting game. We got high-level sledgehammers very early, which gave us the armor incentive, which then made the Vulcan less valuable, pushed him into the Overlords. Then my answer to the Overlords was this Marksman, which then pushed him into the Wasps, which then pushed us further into the Mustangs with range and anti-air, which then pushed us into Stormcaller dueling, so it was very back and forth. I don't think the Scorpion pick was very good for him, didn't do an awful lot. We were showing so many Stormcallers with the MP, the Scorpions were always going to struggle. Stormcallers just outrange the Scorpions. EMP in particular just turn off the range of the Scorpions, and they have to waddle forwards while slowed, incredibly slowly. Their base movement speed of 7 gets cut by 40%, so 4 meters per second, which is nothing. His Overlords really struggled when we got the snipers online, so that's why he went Mothership, but I think Photon Emission is much better value, because a handful of Wasps just get chewed up by Mustangs every day of the week. It's why I've actually taken Mothership off my Overlords. I think this is a game where he really needs to get levels on his Overlords, so they could survive a few sniper hits and still trade blows. The Vulcan early with Incendiary Bomb was fantastic, it gave great value killing our Mustangs off. But our Mustangs were never going to be the carry that wins us the game, and that choice kind of pushed us into a very strange game here. I know some players are going to absolutely despise what I've played here. We've played Stormcaller plus Hacker. What on earth? That's why I was joking about being the bad guys. Being honest, I would hate to play against what we've played here myself. I think his win condition here was to have just enough chaff clear and just enough chaff on the ground, and then go heavy Phoenix with range and elite, and just win through overwhelming firepower from the skies. Because he's aerial specialist, his Phoenixes can outrange the Mustangs every day of the week, and the snipers will die to fire on the floor as long as you're clearing the chaff fast enough. I think the tank line baited him into going melting point when he didn't really need it, and that was money he could have spent on the Phoenixes instead. Anyway, let's see how much combat power we've gained or lost. Ooh, 2000, and again 7 MMR, so that's a 1400, 1500 level player. He was very solid. Okay, and we've advanced, and where are we standing? Ooh, 9th, not bad, top 10. And there's only 30 seconds till the next round because I've talked too long. Sorry, I'm going to have to save here, but thank you for watching as always, I really do appreciate it, and let me know if I did anything stupid or wrong, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next game.